A beautiful Canton House in Duluth, Georgia. It is the Georgia Asian Times Most Influential Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in Georgia Awards. Make some noise! Yeah. It is time to shine. Thank you all so very much. My name is Vince, the voice, and it gives me great pleasure to serve as your MC. It's also great to see old friends and new. You guys look beautiful tonight. Give yourselves a big round of applause, would you please? Come on, you're looking good. You're looking good. This year's list is made possible by the Georgia Asian Times editorial staff and a selection committee composed of community, civic, and media representatives and me. To get us started tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we want to honor this country that has brought us all together from all over the world. I want to ask Imelda Young. Imelda, would you please join me here on the stage? Would you give her a round of applause as she comes forward, ladies and gentlemen? As she comes forward, I ask everyone to please stand. As Imelda Young brings us national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight lands gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. Hail the rockets crackling, those bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does their star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Imelda Young, give a big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. Imelda Young. And we're going to have to hear all the negativity and say, hey, we got to do something good in our community. And he has. His passion has propelled this little startup, the Georgia Asian Times, into a respected media organization that we know today. Entrepreneur, economic developer, I love to call him a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Lee Wong.
Good evening, everybody. Let us begin with a round of applause for all the honorees and every one of you in the room. Tonight, we gather here not merely to hand out awards, but to honor the enduring spirit, quiet courage, and profound contributions of the 25 most influential Asian American Pacific Islanders in Georgia. These honorees represent not just success, but service, not just achievement, but purpose. They remind us that all greatness is not measured solely by the titles. Before I move further, allow me to recognize some distinguished guests whose presence tonight honors us all. The Honorable Neo Maeda, Consul General of Japan in Atlanta. The remarkable Justice Carla Wong McMillan, the first AAPI to serve on the Georgia Supreme Court. Senator Nabila Islam, a history maker as the first AAPI woman elected to the Georgia Senate. first ever Mayor Brian Mark of the ever dedicated Brian Mark of Chambly. One of the region's boldest civic leaders. Commissioner Kirtland Cardin, a truly ally to small businesses and a champion of equity. The trailblazing Dean Philip Hong, the first AAPI to lead a school at the University of Georgia. And the quiet force behind Gwynette's economic progress, my dear friend, Mr. Roman Dakari. I know some of you is very angry I didn't introduce you, but to all the esteemed guests, name or unnamed, thank you for being part of this unforgettable evening. I promise I'll keep the speech short. As publisher of Georgia Asian Time, I must take a moment to reflect on our own journey. In recent years, like many, we weather storms, funding shortfalls, shifting priorities, and diminishing support under the changing tides of DEI initiatives. But in the spirit of our immigrant forebears, we press on. We persist. For we know that the world of storytelling, the world of truth, of voice, of visibility must never waver. The AAPI community in Georgia is rooted in resilience. We are children of dreamers and doers. We came with little more than hope and the belief in the promise of this country. But make no mistake, we are not guests in America's story. We are authors of it. Let us not forget that unity is our strength and civic engagement is our duty. Let us speak boldly, vote proudly, and advocate fiercely for the future we deserve. And while tonight it's a celebration, but it is a call to action to our honorees. Your light shines brightly tonight. But let that light become a beacon for others. Use this platform not for praise, but for progress. Reach communities, build understanding, break down barriers, because only together can we rise beyond the margins and into the mainstream. To our nonprofit leaders and grassroots organizations, quietly laboring behind the scenes, my sincere thanks. You remind us that true power is not always loud, but lasting. Let me end with a challenge born not of politics or policy, but of principle. Let us rise, not as individuals, but as a people bound by a shared dream of dignity, equality, and opportunity. Thank you all, and enjoy this spectacular evening.
You know she's smart. Attended law school, Woodruff Scholar at the University of Georgia School of Law. Graduated with high honors from Duke University, 2 degrees, history and economics. And then when she was young, she was valedictorian. They couldn't stand it. She was just so smart. Everything. Doing everything. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to give a big round of applause and greet the Honorable Justice Carla Long McNutt.
Thank you so much for having me here tonight, and I want to also congratulate the honorees of the most influential Asian Americans here in Georgia. It's an honor for me to bring your keynote tonight. As I was thinking about my speech tonight, I wanted to talk to you about one of the most influential people in my life, my mother. My mother was actually at the a ceremony 10 years ago, 2015, when I won the award. She was so proud of me that night, but what she didn't know was how proud that I was of her and how she influenced me growing up. My mother grew up in Hong Kong in a public housing tenement with her mother and father and brothers and sisters. The apartment was very small, with about 300 square feet of space for 5 people. My grandfather worked as a carpenter, and my grandmother stayed at home. My mother immigrated to the United States, to Augusta, Georgia, when she was just 21 years old, to marry my dad. The Longs have been in Augusta for over 100 years, and my dad was actually born in the back room of a grocery store there. When my mom came to the United States, she didn't know hardly any English. She didn't know how to drive. But she became the mother of 5 kids in 6 years, with me being the oldest. When I was 7 years old, she became a naturalized American citizen. And after that, my mom always voted with my dad in elections. My dad would help her decide what candidates to vote for. They would cut out the sample ballot that was published in the newspaper. And back then, there were real newspapers in print. And she would make notes about the candidates, fold up that sample ballot really small, and put it in her purse, and take her notes with her into the voting booth. I passed away when I was only 16 years old. By that time, my mom had learned how to drive, and she was working outside the home at a Chinese restaurant, and also cutting hair on the side. She kept our family going, and I'm proud to say that with her support, all 5 of us kids graduated from college. She lived to see me being sworn in as a justice on the Georgia Supreme Court. I'm sure my mother, growing up in Hong Kong, never thought that she would have a daughter who would be a judge or a justice. To be honest, when I was a young lawyer, I didn't think much about the responsibilities that we have as lawyers to promote the public good. But now I realize, especially in these fraught times, what an important role lawyers and judges have in promoting the rule of law, and how upholding the rule of law serves people like my mother. Key to the concept that we are a nation of laws is the notion of equality, the belief that all men and women are created equal. No one is above the law, and no one is so low that they can't avail themselves of the law's protection. My mother is an example of this. Her story shows how a nation founded on the rule of law provides each of us the freedom and opportunity to pursue our own destiny, no matter one's background. The court's motto, the Supreme Court's motto, reinforces the importance of the rule of law. I won't try to pronounce the Latin phrase, but it means, "Let justice be done, though the heavens may fall." What this means is, as a judge, I will decide cases based on the rule of law, no matter the consequences. Let me tell you a not so widely known secret of the judiciary. Because we decide cases based on what the law is, sometimes we make decisions that we would personally disagree with. But we as judges also took an oath to administer justice without respect to persons. Oaths such as these are important. So important that the framers of the Constitution believed so much in the power of oaths that they required all federal and state office holders to pledge their fidelity to follow that which the Constitution demands.
At this time, the Georgia Asian Times wants to honor and always honors groups who inspire others through their own acts of service, sacrifice, initiative, and generosity, particularly in the areas of leadership, service to the community and country. The Asian American Spirit Award is an honor bestowed upon organizations who demonstrate extraordinary dedication to the principles that strengthen America's communities. Through their work in philanthropy, Asian American Spirit Award recipients exemplify the highest standards of integrity, discipline, and initiative while making unselfish contributions to their community. And this year, ladies and gentlemen, the Georgia Asian Times honors the Preface Project for the 2025 Asian American Spirit Award. Big round of applause for the Preface Project.
Good evening, y'all. My name is JT, founder and executive director of the Preface Project. And on behalf of our entire team, I'm incredibly honored and deeply grateful to be receiving this year's Asian American Spirit Award. While I wish I could be there with y'all in person, I know Peter and the entire Canton House team are doing a phenomenal job taking care of y'all tonight. And I'm especially thankful to Lee Wong and the Georgia Asian Times team for this meaningful recognition. It's a privilege to join the ranks of incredible organizations like NAP, CPACS, and the Korean American Friendship Society, and to stand with all of you in uplifting our communities and championing Asian American leadership across Georgia and beyond. Now, Preface was born out of a fundamental conviction that every child, no matter where they come from or what language they speak at home, deserves the opportunity to achieve their own American dreams. As a Georgia native and the son of Malaysian and Filipino Chinese immigrants, that mission is deeply personal to me. But the reality is stark. Today, nearly 2/3 of students across America are still not reading English proficiently by the 3rd grade. That's why here at Preface, we train high school ambassadors to mentor younger students, often in both English and their native languages, to set them up on the path to reading success. And that's why we partner with generous corporations and donors to gift libraries of representative children's books to schools nationwide through our Legacy Gift Program.
And we're going to give you that moment to shine here tonight because you are the Georgia Asian Times 25th most influential Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in the state of Georgia. Woo! Crowd goes crazy. So our first honoree is none other than Inara Bhagwani. Now, Inara Bhagwani is an accomplished economic development professor connecting business to key resources in Gwinnett County, a graduate of Georgia Gwinnett County College. She was honored as Student Engagement Specialist of the Year. She participated in Partnership Gwinnett, the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce, and demonstrates a sustained commitment to public-private collaboration, focusing on empowering both startups and major corporations. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Inara Bhagwani. You will get an opportunity now to address your adoring public.
Oh my gosh, it's so bright. Good evening, everyone. Thank you to Lee Wong and the Georgia Asian Times team for uplifting Asian American voices and celebrating our community's leadership. I'm honored to be recognized alongside such inspiring individuals. To my team at Gwinnett County's Economic Development Division, thank you for your constant support and belief in the power of collaboration. You have helped shape my growth and leadership in countless ways. To my parents, fiance, and mother-in-law, thank you for grounding me and standing by my side every step of the way. Your love and sacrifices mean everything to me.
Institutions like Interlochen and Agnes Scott College. She co-founded the Atlanta Festival Academy and other youth orchestras that helps provide exceptional training for young musicians. Her mentorship has met students soar. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Amy Chang.
Good evening, everyone. It's such an honor to stand here tonight and be named one of Georgia Asian Times 25 most influential Asian American and Pacific Islander for 2025. For 25 years, I have performed with the Houston and Atlanta Ballet Opera and Symphony Orchestra and numerous concerts with inspiring conductors and soloists.
Officer for Gilmer County Government, promoting equity and inclusion. He's studying law. He's handsome. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Patrick Hall.
It won't take much long. Good evening, everyone. I am incredibly honored and humbled to be named one of the top 25 most influential Asians in the state of Georgia. This recognition is not just a personal milestone, but it's a celebration of the community's growing voice, resilience, and impact within all of us within the Asian community. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to my family, my wife, and my brand new daughter who's about to be 1 year old next week. And I'm very proud dad, and I've just only started, I feel like.
He's received major funding and has influenced policies benefiting marginalized communities. He has multiple degrees spanning Korea and the U.S. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dr. Philip Hong.
Distinguished guests, honorees, such a great honor to join such an amazing group of AAPI leaders whose respective work represent the culture of excellence, hard work, creativity, humility, and compassion of our AAPI community to serve the greater state of Georgia. It's such a great honor to be part of this great celebration. As the first AAPI Dean serving in the administrative leadership at the University of Georgia, it's such and I have to share this honor with all of you. You are brightening our future in all of your respective positions in every corner of our state and in our country, and our immigrant stories and what we have charted together. One of the things that I like to envision is that, AAPI community can connect with other groups within our state and make the state of Georgia ever better into our future as leaders and servers into our community work and impact. So thank you all, and God bless. Thank you.
The Managing Director at RMA Agency, longtime legal, civic, and community advocate. She's helped build unity and representation within the Asian American community, Kapapa, and 316 Remembrance Coalition. Strategic leader, she's recognized as one of Atlanta's top legal recruiters. She spans everything. She's a great friend, and I love her. You do too. Give it up for Bonnie, everybody.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Vince, for being my hype man. So, I just wanted to share, I first received this award in 2013. So I didn't expect to receive it again in 2025, but here I am. So much has happened in the past 12 years, and I'm just gratified to understand that I'm relevant and have continued to work steadily to uplift and amplify AAPI voices. So what has happened over the last 12 years? Well, probably the most unlikely thing is I became a runner thanks to my husband, Frank McDonald. I no longer practice immigration law, but I switched over to legal recruiting, and I think we must be doing something right because the Armand Agency has won Best Legal Recruiter in Atlanta for the last 10 years in a row. So, in my job as a recruiter and career coach, one of the things that's particularly helpful is behind the scenes, I get to support and prepare AAPIs seeking to become judges and leaders. So over the past decade, most importantly, not only has our population grown, but our AAPI nonprofits, and I'm talking about the Victoria Winds, I'm talking about OCA, I'm talking about NACA, have toiled away to support our communities, registering voters, and with these voters, we also see the impact on AAPIs in Georgia. Asian Americans suffered through being blamed and victimized during the pandemic. And on March 16, 2021, 6 Asian American women were brutally targeted in a mass shooting here in Atlanta.
So listen. Jen is the founder and CEO of WND Factory, a fast-growing restaurant franchise, over 100 locations across 9 states. He came from South Korea at age 23 and rose from restaurant worker to entrepreneur, owning the place. Beyond business, devoted leader in the Korean American community, key roles in regional organizations. He fosters civil engagement, cultural celebration, economic development. They're looking at all these flowers. They love this man, ladies and gentlemen. Shit, please, can. Shit, please, can.
Hello, thank you very much. And Shinken, some founder and CFO. Ring and Bow Factory. Do you know Ring and Bow Factory? It's franchise system. Okay, thank you much. I'm very honored today tonight. Enjoy your dinner and have a good time. Thank you very much.
Advocacy, industry expertise, inclusive leadership. Give it up, everybody, for Edward Lai. Eddie.
They know how to welcome people up. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Georgia Asian Times, Lee and Wong and the team, and the hosting team here at Canton House tonight. It's an honor to share the stage with other recipients that I've for a long time admired and respected, and meeting new people that I will continue to admire and respect as influencers, leaders, and change makers in Georgia.
Korean American Network, Secretary General of the Korean Festival Foundation. She's helped build bridges through culture, events, and civic engagement. Long-standing leadership in the Korean American Association and other groups reflects her deep trust and effectiveness. Known for collaborating, impactful organizing, and successful fundraising. Quiet leadership, but making a lot of noise as a success. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Michelle Sander Lee. Congratulations, Michelle. They love you. Michelle,
Hello, everyone. I'd like to excuse my English, but I will speak English, not Korean, okay? And I'm really honored to be here tonight with everybody. And with all of this, I really appreciate my staff and my worker and my office, and especially thanks to my husband. He's been supporting me 39 years of my volunteer work since the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. And I'm really honored to be here. And since I've been Secretary General of the Korean Festival, I'm really happy to work with all the community workers and collaboration with all the communities through the Korean cultures. And also, I'd like to invite all of you to the Korean Festival 2025 at Shigarokune this year. So if anybody wants to come to the Korean Festival, please email me. The office at KoreanFestivalFoundation.com. That's my email. All right, thank you. Enjoy tonight.
Introduction of our 100 bills. bringing in more than $40 million in funding to his district. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Marvin. Say left, Marvin left.
Thank you so much to Mr. Lee Wong, first of all, and Georgia Asian Times for this honor. When I think of the work I could have possibly done to deserve this, I of course think of the many people I've had a chance to serve with in the community. Shout out, of course, to my fellow Filipino Americans. Shout out to Ms. Sharon Chen. We miss you in the Meadow Creek cluster. Shout out to, of course, my fellow legislators, including my law school classmate, Senator Josh McLaurin. Look him up. Last year, I was proud to recognize my AAPI predecessors by working with the Georgia Capitol Museum to create an exhibit recognizing our first AAPI legislators, from BJ Pak to Dr. Michelle Au. And of course, I'm proud that among my fellow legislator honorees are Representatives Long Tran, Representative Sue Hong, and of course, Senator Bill Islam Parks.
Engaged in education, multiple leadership roles, including the Atlanta Contemporary Chinese School, the Zion University alumni. He leads the Malin Group, an early childhood education initiative, emphasizing language immersion and STEM. He bridges culture, education, and empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the man, Brian Lynn.
Hello everyone, and it was my honor, very deeply honored and humbled to be recognized one of the 2025 GAT 25. Thank you so much. First, I want to thank you, my wife, Angela. Very important, someone's going to carry them. Okay. Thank you for your love, support, and the patience have been my foundation, throughout every late night, every change, every step of my journey.
Ted is the president of the Korean American Chamber of Commerce, USA, prominent figure in international trade, helped broker a $50 million export deal at the 2023 World Korean Business Convention, secured Atlanta as the 2025 host. He's an entrepreneur, distributor of beverages, medical supplies, cross-border economic opportunities, global visibility in Georgia's Korean American business community because of Ted Kong Lee.
Thank you so much for this great honor. Absolutely, very including our strategic, historic, inspiring leaders in AAPI community. This institution means a lot, but I know it will be possible without the support of so many great people around me. I'll keep doing my best to give back and help our community grow stronger. Thank you again.
Thank you so very much. All right, Mary Ann leads the Philippine Nurses Association of Georgia, is a respected nurse at Northside Hospital. She teaches at the University of North Georgia, organizing major community outreach events. Under her leadership, the association has expanded, and the support visibility for Filipino nurses is at an all-time high. She received the Florence Nightingale Award. Ladies and gentlemen, excellence, education, cultural pride. That's Mary Ann Healy.
Thank you. Thank you for my nomination. I'd like to thank also my supporters, my family, and thank you, Georgia Asian Times, for considering me as a recipient of this award. It is truly an honor, and I'm genuinely humbled. I was at a leadership retreat in California when I received notification from my news feed. When I opened my page, I was not prepared to see the picture with the headlines, 25 most influential Asian American Pacific Islander in Georgia. I was stunned for about a minute before reading the post. I don't consider myself an influencer, but if my words and actions helps just one person in my encounters, then so be it. A typical response from nurses who ask, "Why are you into nursing?" is, "I want to help people. I want to do more. I was placed on this earth to serve."
Cindy Wynn, she's a powerful advocate for fair housing and AAPI home ownership. She's expanded chapter membership, launched programs promoting financial literacy, industry access. The chapter's become a model for community-centered real estate advocacy. She's going to get you in at home, ladies and gentlemen. She organizes philanthropic efforts that uplift neighborhoods. Her vision combines real estate with inclusive economic growth. Cindy Wynn.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank Georgia Asian Times and Mr. Lee Wong for having me here today. I am Vietnamese American, born in the Philippines, and I came to America at only a month old. Fast forward to 2025, I am now the president for ARIA, the Asian Real Estate Association of America for the local Atlanta chapter. ARIA's mission is to promote sustainable home ownership for the AA and HPI community.
Congratulations. Chung Hee Abbey Park, recognized for her friendly, collaborative approach and commitment to community building. Her efforts extend beyond economic development, nurturing Korean American identity and resilience. Her work has been highlighted in local media as emblematic of immigrant success and civic spirit. She continues to strengthen ties between Korea and the American South. Give it up for Chung Hee Abbey Park.
Good evening, everyone. Distinguished guests, the Consul General, and the city mayors, judge, state representative, and community and business leaders, friends, family, actually my beautiful daughter, Iris Isabella Hong. And it's truly an honor to be recognized among such a distinguished group of the individuals at the GAT25 most influential Asian American in the Georgia Award Gala. I am incredibly grateful for this recognitions and for the opportunity to celebrate with all of you tonight. I am extended my heartfelt thanks to the GAT, actually Mr. Wang, for this incredible honor. This recognition is not just for me, and I think everyone who has supported me and along my journey. I deeply appreciate all of the encouragement and the guidance I've received, which has been instrumental in any success I've achieved. It's a privilege to be the part of such a vibrant and growing community in here in Georgia. As I look around this room, I am inspired by the collective achievements and the contributions of the Asian American community in Georgia. Let us continue to uplift each other and foster stronger bonds and work together to make an even greater positive impact in our community. Thank you all once again for this wonderful evening and for this tremendous honor. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Islam Marks. The first Muslim woman in the Georgia State Senate. She was raised by Bangladeshi parents. Her political journey began with activism and campaign work. Her priorities are gun safety, veteran services, healthcare access, She petitioned the FBC to allow working class candidates to use campaign funds for personal support. A rising voice in Georgia politics, Senator Nabila Islam Parks.
Good evening and welcome to my district. It's a great one. Also, a shout out to Canton House. This food is amazing. I haven't been pampered like this in a very long time. And so shout out to our hardworking staff. Thank you for this great evening. I'm so honored to receive this award, especially from Georgia Asian Times. Thank you once again for recognizing me. This is an organization that has been serving the AAPI community for over 2 decades. Your work as an AAPI news media organization creates a vital platform for our community to celebrate our heritage and our stories.
She organizes health fairs and disaster relief for Filipino communities. Her enterprises promote cultural pride and economic development in Middle Georgia, known for her generosity, mentorship, and unwavering service to others. Gladys Martin de la Real Rose.
I wanted to say how incredibly and humbled and honored I am to be here. And thank you for the Georgia Asian Times to be recognized in such a meaningful way and something I could have never imagined. And I'm truly grateful for this recognition. But more than the award itself, what this truly represents is the impact of community, hard work and love that we share in this beautiful state. I want to extend my deepest thanks to everyone who has supported me along this journey. Most especially my amazing husband, who's over there, Jim Probst. Jim, your unwavering love and encouragement have been my foundation. This is as much your award as it is mine. To my friends, top of the list, Dr. Chapman, Ms. Brenda Lee, also an honoree last year, and also Mr. and Mrs. Linda Joy DeSesto. Thank you for always believing in me, pushing me when I doubted myself, and for sharing your wisdom and strength.
Rose to leadership through careers in logistics and healthcare. Her work centers on empowering seniors and individuals with disabilities while creating jobs and cultural connections. She's active in national organizations, preserves Asian heritage through advocacy and service, represents resilience, compassion, and inclusive leadership. The beautiful Anne Rickman.
Thank you, Sabadi. Good evening, distinguished guests, honorable judge, state representative, ladies and gentlemen. I'm truly honored and humbled to be recognized as one of the Georgia Asian Times 25 Most Influential Awardees of 2025. This moment is not a personal milestone. It's a celebration of the people who have shaped and supported my journey.
She holds a doctorate from Columbia University's Teachers College, started teaching in New York. In 2017, she founded the Atlanta Teaching and Learning Lab to lead school transformation. Currently, she teaches world history in Gwinnett County, and her work has had a lasting impact on classrooms throughout Georgia. Give it up for the lovely Dr. Alexandra Thomas.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. It's an incredible honor to be named among the top 25 most influential Asians in Georgia. I accept this recognition not just for myself, but on behalf of every student, every elder, and every community member who has shaped my journey. I'll do my teacher thing. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap 2 times. Okay, very good. Thank you. Like the Honorable Justice in her keynote, I'm thinking of the strong matriarch in my family, my Filipino grandmother who moved to Grayson, Georgia in the 1960s with 6 children in a station wagon. Now, as a proud trustee of the Filipino American National Historical Society, or FONS, one of the oldest Filipino American organizations in North America, and the founder of the Georgia chapter, I've worked to preserve and uplift the rich history of our community in places where our stories have too often been overlooked. History matters, especially when it's our own. and it's our responsibility to ensure that future generations can see it in themselves. That mission carries into my work as an educator at an alternative school in Gwinnett County Public Schools, where representation for Asian American educators is rare. Though our students come from many different backgrounds, I see our Asian American youth in the alternative setting too. And in those quiet, often overlooked corners, I'm reminded why community matters. Organizations like FONS and so many of those represented here tonight do more than just preserve history and celebrate culture.
Long Tran serves Georgia House District 80, advocating for healthcare access, veterans, and small business development. He's an attorney and entrepreneur, champion policies on affordable housing, LGBTQ plus rights, and election access. An active role in legislative committees, sponsors impactful, equity-focused bills. His background as a community leader and progressive voice has made him a respected figure. He's a great man. He's handsome. It's Representative Long Tran.
Thanks, Vince. Thank you, Lee Wong and Georgia Asian Times for this incredible honor. And most importantly, thank you to my wife, Susie, back here. If you ever wonder who's pulling the strings behind the ball. So, Georgia's AAPI community. We've come a long way, haven't we? From the exploitation of Filipino and Korean labor, to the Chinese Exclusion Act, to the Japanese internment camps, to the Islamophobia that Armenia and Indian Bangladeshi communities face. We've come a long way. Just sitting here in this room, you've got 3 legislators, you've got officials like Brian Mock from the City Assembly, Josh McLaurin, who's also a state senator. That is respect to the progress we have made as a community. But today, everyone sitting here are leaders. And I have to ask you to work together on a very important goal. It is the most powerful tool we have to get through the times we are living now. In Georgia, there are 250,000 registered AAPI voters. Our population is just over 50,000. We need to increase our voter registration by another 100,000 by next summer. Imagine if we had 350,000 registered AAPI voters. Now, if you're wondering the power of our AAPI vote, let me remind you, we determined the presidential election in 2020. We are the margins of victory, and it is what brought us to 13 elected AAPI representatives in 2022. That was huge. That made Georgia the largest AAPI caucus in the continental US. Hawaii is bigger than us for obvious reasons. So all of us, we must register AAPIs to vote.
And perhaps winner of a brand new car, I'm just saying. Luxury, a financial educator and real estate consultant. Give it up for Gary Yip! Through economic literacy. He used to own a restaurant, but now he mentors families and professionals in wealth building and financial planning. He's a co-founder of Aria Atlanta, Advanced Inclusivity in Real Estate Leadership. His work reflects a commitment to education and lasting community impact. Gary Yip.
Good evening. Well, before I get started, right, a lot of people ask me, how can I remember you? If you can, just spell my last name slowly, okay? If you don't get it, try it one more time. Come on, it's funny. Spell my last name, okay? So, well, good evening, everyone. I know I'm the last one, so I'm gonna be here for 1 hour. No, I'm just kidding. So, I'm very incredible honored and humbled to be named one of the Georgia Asian Times 25 most influential Asian Americans. And first and foremost, I want to thank God, my wife Karen over there, my daughter Stevie over there. With report, I would not be standing here today. I'm also deeply grateful to my amazing team and friends and colleagues who have come to share in this special moment. And standing among such inspiration leaders, all of you are here tonight, is both tremendous privilege and powerful reminder of the responsibility we each carry as an Asian American to serve with our heart, uplift those around us, and lead with purpose. Right? My journey, I'm originally from Hong Kong. I know we have some guest speaker here also. This is in Hong Kong. I actually met my wife at Mercer. We have to get our degree at Mercer. And as we get into the corporate world, we thought we were safe, but actually we got laid off twice. And I decided we become entrepreneur. So I get into, as I mentioned earlier, we have a restaurant, and after that, I actually get into the real estate. Got my license in real estate to help and serve and help clients to achieve the dream of home ownership. And I have also been honored to be the ARIA Metro Atlanta Chapter 2009 president in Georgia,
who helped put together this beautiful venue and make tonight very special for the honoree. Peter. He has worked with some of you, your groups, but he is also seeking further support from other groups who have never worked here. So I'll give him 30 seconds to do a spiel.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you so much, Lee and Georgia Asian Times, for hosting an amazing event here and choosing Canton House to host this event. And we appreciate so many of the community leaders, so many of our beloved and familiar faces to have their events here. At Canton House, we are Cantonese, but we love our Vietnamese, our Laos, our Filipino, our Korean, our Japanese, everybody at our venue. And we appreciate that so much. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed the food. Thank you guys so much. And thank you.
So, please book your seat for next year. And I think he's going to be the future 25.
And the crowd goes crazy. Lee Wong. Lee Wong. Congratulations. Congratulations, Lee Wong. Everybody, have your seat. Keep clapping for Lee.